Okay, this will be an interesting one if we can make this one turn up any good. Strange looking colours again, not my kind of colours that I like. So how big are we going to make this? It's a business card. We're going 400. We're going to try and focus on the colourful bit that's on it. Wondering if we're going to, going there, the background colour, what are we going to add to this? There we go, magenta. Yeah, we're on negative positive, I can just see it there, sorry. So, going all the way down with the hue, and the red should hopefully look really nice. Okay. Finally, spring has sprung. Today it feels really warm, a bit too warm to wear my jacket, just barely, and I might keep it on, but it's getting close to feeling a lot more like summer, just a little bit. It's actually not quite summer. Summer's going to be really hot due to the climate change and global warming, and that's probably why it feels quite temperate today, but it's actually spring, so it should feel a bit warmer, I suppose. So this is what we have here. It's called Active Networks. It's just more publishing, design, print online. So this is a printing company we're actually making a demo out of, which is going to be quite strange. So it's going to be an interesting to see how we make it look. Active Networks. I think we're just going to put it like that, and we're just going to try and concentrate on the little graphic in the corner. So we're just going to try and see how that works. So we're taking a piss out of another printing company. But I bet they're pretty boring. They don't do anything like this, and they probably just print straight from your disk or your drive, your USB stick or something like that. It's not photocopying, not hard copy to hard copy, which is what photocopying basically is. Well, that looks interesting. We've got mostly hot colours instead of mixtures of cool and hot. I don't know if I like this. Wondering if we're going to make it bigger. If we're going to enlarge maybe this segment, that'll look better. So we're just going to consign this to the recycle pile. I did find this on the ground. It was actually found. So yeah, so let's see what we can do with this to make it look better. I'm going to take it off 400. We're probably going to make it 200. And we're just going to do some more tweaks and adjustments to this here. I'll take out the magenta now. Going here, we're going to try and think what we're going to do with this. We're going to take the hue, going to leave the hue as is. I'm wondering if we're going to add some blue to this. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll soon find out. Wondering, what else can we do to this? Do we take that off or leave it on? We're leaving it on, so we're going to get a reverse of that, and that'll hopefully look more pleasing. So we're going to do a background colour. So we're going to make the background colour either blue or cyan. We're going blue. I don't know if blue is the colour. I was thinking more yellow, the happy colour. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. So we're just going to photocopy this area. We're just going to overlap it a bit. And it looks like we've got some offsetting on the rollers. My previous demo had some bubbling of the toner. The black toner in particular, or that's the one that I normally see that bubbles. Not a very good fixing job on the, as you can see, that's offset on the I think on the bottom roller. So it's not a good look for Konica Minolta, I must say. I hope I don't have to call a technician. I hope this is just a sporadic event, which it often is. So I'm not happy with you, Konica Minolta, for this. There's no reason why this should happen. I mean, seriously, I make sure the paper is in good nick. I keep my paper with some damp rid in a cupboard. Maybe I need to change the damp rid, but I don't think so. Anyway, that looks totally shit. I think the yellow's just too bright for this. It's not suitable. And I don't know, I don't like it. Fuck it. So now we're just going to try a different... we've got to enlarge this bigger than what we have. It's too fucking small. It looks shithouse. I want to get this to look good, so I'm wondering if we're just going to lift the cover, or the dock feeder as such, and we're going to try and get one of these into the corner of the platen glass. So we're just going to put it in the corner so we have it near the edge. And we're going to probably, I wonder how big we're going to make it. I don't know if this demo is going to work, because a lot of my demos from time to time don't work as well as I hope they do. Sometimes the originals can be really like poor quality, or they're just not suitable for, they end up not being my aesthetic taste. Sometimes the colour schemes just don't agree with me, which really sucks. So now we've got it on. We don't want yellow. We want either magenta or red. It doesn't go. So we're going to make it red, and I think we're going to try that again. And hopefully we won't get any offsetting of this bubble toner. I really hate it when it does that. I really do. I don't want to call for a technician and then they find out that it's not happening, which happens a lot with photocopiers. Sometimes I don't want to make an unnecessary call out, because I'll end up having to pay for it, and I'm no fucking rich person. So now that looks shit house. Colour wise it looks better, but I might have to use this as a master copy to get the red to be more red, and there's a bit of a magenta shadow which is quite nice. So I'm thinking we're going to make this into our fuck, I just damaged it. So this is our first master, so original copy. So we're just going to put it there, and we're just going to take this, or actually that looks shit. Okay, let's just put this in the top corner again. So we're just going to quickly play with the buttons so we don't lose our settings. So we're just going to drop this in the corner up there again. So we're going to move it up a bit. So we're just going to make this look a whole lot better than it is. So now I think we've got to now do some more work on it. So now we don't need this. So we're just going to switch it off, and we're just going to try and maybe we need some more of these kinds of functions to make it look better. Maybe that was the error we made, was not putting in those functions. And the hue, we're just going to 0 it, and I wonder if we've turned off the negative positive, because we've got to turn that off. Yes, still on. We don't want it on. Get off. Now we're going to try and see if this secondary master copy makes it work better. So we've got this demo's already starting to get prolongated, so I'm just hoping we can make this work really nice to my aesthetics. But anyway, that's interesting. We've made it really big. Now the little bubbles are like, wondering if we're going to make it a bit smaller. But it looks interesting. The red looks more red. I don't like that cyan and that green that much. We're going to make that, I think we're going to go a bit smaller with that. I think we've overdone it, like it's overkill. So now we're just going to make it we're going 200, or maybe not. We're going to make it 220. We're going 220 that way, and we're going 240 this way. So let's see how we go. See if we can improve the composition. The colours don't look too good. I hate it when I make a demo that doesn't appeal to my aesthetics. It really disappoints me. It makes me feel let down, like I haven't created anything really worth reporting on, so to speak. So I'll just put those aside. So I'm wondering if we're going to make this even smaller, maybe change the colours around. I wonder if reversing it to negative again will work, or will it just be a fuck up? So I don't know. This is not easy. I'm having a lot of trouble getting this to look good. So we're just going to put it on negative, and the brightness is on full. The hue, I think the hue, I'm going to make the hue, I'm going to cool it down, I'm going to make it cold, and maybe now we can use the red. We don't have any green appearing on our copy, so I'm wondering if this is going to actually work. I wonder if the reduction, the enlargement can be taken down even further, so we can have it more appealing size-wise. And then this might be we'll make it 240 on the vertical, and let's see how we go. I like to make my demos look good. I don't like them looking like shit. I get very pissed off and disappointed. I have very high expectations on myself when I make my demos. Actually, strangely enough, even though it's not the greatest, it looks a lot more appealing than this. For some reason, it's hard to say. It's still not my kind of colour scheme. I'm wondering if I should have thrown in... So I'm wondering if we're going to keep it like that. I don't know, it's just not the way I was hoping it would be. I've put a lot of effort into this already. Just wondering what we're going to do to make this better. What are we going to do? This does look shit. I'm wondering if maybe we can throw in a background colour once again. So we've got here a bit of white appearing on the magenta colour. So I'm wondering, this is really ridiculous, honestly, folks. I'm just wondering, we're just going to keep it as is. Can't make that into another image. It's just, I'm sure someone watching this demo will actually enjoy watching it. They'll actually like the colours that I'm presenting, even though in my mind they're not my type of colours or colour combinations. I mean, I just hope someone likes this and doesn't have anything against it, because it's not quite my colour, but it makes things different. I guess if there are people in my audience who actually like these sorts of funny, odd colours. I mean, look, I've seen heaps of demo pieces that I've used being printed in funny colours. This card that I was using was printed in funny colours, or what I would call funny colours. So obviously some people like those sorts of colour combos, and also some people's colour vision varies from person to person. Like, you've got people who are colourblind. Well, even without colour blindness, there's got to be variations on what people actually perceive, and basically that could be taken as inspiration, because maybe they might see this blue as being more blue than this blue. It looks like a bit too light for my liking, or a bit, I don't know, I like it in a way, but everyone perceives things differently, and I'm hoping that maybe it's a combination of perceiving things differently and also having, or this being the kind of taste that you like. This is your kind of colour scheme, or someone's kind of colour scheme, but then it could break down to how it's perceived as to why people like certain colours and some people don't. So that's got to be an interesting scientific thing we can extrapolate from this, is that people often perceive things different. we all know we have colour blindness, and that's definitely a difference in perception. But that looks quite nice. I quite like the pattern. It's come up quite nice, so I think now we can call it quits. But you get my drift. You know, people perceive things differently, and if you've got colour blindness, that's even more variety. And I'm sure a colourblind person might even find this they like, but if if that's, leave remarks in the comments section regarding this. Gotta go.